Good afternoon. Welcome to another edition of this our program in the Spotlight with Solange. Today we have a special guest. We used to call each other sister because despite that we are not family, but she's one of the person most closer to me here in Trinidad, and we always hang out together. We discuss matters of sport together, and so on. She's a person who has been around a lot. So there is too much to say about her, therefore I will let her to introduce herself. So,
Hi.
good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Sister.
Oh, yes.
Relax.
I will.
Okay, so introduce yourself.
I'm Sharian Blackburn, and I represent the sport of netball. I am presently a coach with the Ministry of Sport, and I'm assigned to the District of Victoria. And I'm responsible for working with schools, community groups, clubs, and persons who are interested in playing the sport of netball.
Okay, you know, netball is one of the sports who Cuba doesn't have. So I don't really have, I knew about netball when I now came into Trinidad. So, but I'm seeing plenty people across the country playing netball. So tell me, how is the development of it in the schools, primary schools, you know?
Solange, presently there is definitely a challenge with the school programs. Netball, if I take you back, netball was once one of the best or most played sports among girls in Trinidad.
That's nice.
And it's pretty much like basketball, unlike instead of dribbling the ball, because I know you all are used to that in basketball, netball throws and catch, but it's a much faster game in terms of movement. So it's faster than basketball, but it's pretty much like it. You don't have a backboard in which to shoot, you just have the ring. The development in terms of the younger persons playing, we have primary schools, secondary schools, and the clubs participating. But in my opinion, it's not structured strong enough to encourage total participation.
Wow.
But there's much more that can be done to encourage schools to participate. Some schools register, but they don't play. So they attend the opening, but you don't find them playing and continuing throughout the competition.
So what is the main challenge for it? Is that there is a lack of coaches or a lack of interest?
And I'm glad you asked. One of the problems that I can identify is funding, definitely. Coaching is an issue. There are some coaches, but I think we have insufficient coaches to move throughout the country to get the kind of participation that we're talking about. So that will certainly be a concern.
So you say earlier that you have your program through the Ministry of Sport, but are you associated with the association as well?
Not directly. I'm not associated with the association. I'm just there with the ministry at present. But my work is very much associated with the association because they depend on what I do in order to glean quality players at a higher level.
And is there any other netball coach in the ministry, or it's just you?
No, there's Jennifer Frank. There are just two of us, and that's where one of our challenges emerge. Jennifer Frank and myself are responsible for training players, coaching players throughout Trinidad.
Throughout Trinidad?
Throughout the length and breadth of Trinidad.
So, but there cannot be like a certification course or something like that to prepare other coaches to help you out because it's a lot.
It's quite a lot, but because the Trinidad and Tobago Netball Association is the governing body for netball, they are responsible for certifying persons to deploy them out in the communities to conduct coaching.
So you must likely go to the schools, introduce the sport there. So what about those kids with talent? After you identify them, what is the next step?
Well, that's tough because usually when we encourage participation, we depend on the leagues within the districts to continue the management of the sport and to generate interest.
So in the international stage, netball is an Olympic sport, right?
Definitely it is.
So which means that we should have a national team. Is there a national team here?
There's a national team, and I understand apart from the senior team, there's an under-16 team in training at present, which is preparing for a tournament this year. So they also have teams participating at other levels internationally.
Oh, and the team must be composed of how many players?
12 players comprise a team.
Okay,
Yeah.
that is. But do you have any club or academy? What is your?
Okay, so what I have decided to do, because of the limited human resource, I've decided to work with community groups and to assist them with forming a structure whereby netball can take place on a continuous basis. And I've started the Southern Netball Academy of Trinidad and Tobago Limited. I started in
excuse me?
I really started in Seoul because that's where I'm based and that's where my netball career started. So there's a passion and,
Yeah, I'm seeing that passion in your eyes. So tell me something about your netball career, because I know you very well as a coach, but I want to know as a player.
Okay. Well, my career started at school at the age of 14. When I was 16, I made the national team, Trinidad and Tobago team. I made the senior and the under-21 team. So in 1985, I made those teams and stayed on to represent Trinidad and Tobago for some 10 plus years.
Seriously?
So
where netball took you? You went all over the world?
yeah,
Tell me.
Solange, netball takes you all over. I mean, Australia, England, Jamaica, Caribbean, and otherwise. And gives you an experience that, it's difficult to imagine you would have achieved otherwise.
Don't cry. Don't cry.
I try not to. I must also add that I was also selected at that time there was a West Indies team.
Serious?
Yes, Solange, and I also made that team and captained the West Indies team.
Seriously? You hear that? Captain! My sister is a captain!
So there is a lot of talent that can be gleaned from netball and netballers, and I'm sure if we do more for the sport, definitely we can see quality athletes and persons being developed.
So now let's go back to your academy, right?
Yeah.
It's based in South.
Yes, it is.
So currently, how many people do you have involved in your academy?
Great. Solange, the academy started as recent as August of 2014. And the intention was to bring the schools and community groups together and to also generate participation and interest in the sport again. We have on paper 89 persons.
89?
And that's just Victoria alone who have been attending training. As a result, I start with Caroni, persons in Caroni. I start with persons in Point Fortin, persons in Labrie who are interested in being part of the academy.
Great.
And the numbers are growing. We have actually had to structure the various districts so that Caroni has established themselves as Central Zone United. They now have a structure where they are conducting training. Labrie has a structure as well, and Point 14 started as recent as the last Friday, where they have at least 25 persons as their
In fact, I know someone from Labre who is very passionate about netball. I guess that you know about who I'm talking about.
Oh yeah.
Mr. Jonesy.
That's
Yeah.
for sure.
But I want to find out, to play netball, you have to be at a specific age or something, or
Well,
at least to start.
no, we are starting at age 5. The academy starts at age 5. But you can start before that. If we had the manpower, we would have started before that. Maybe 3.
3?
Yeah.
Really?
I'm telling you, if we had the resources, I would start earlier.
What is the age of retirement? Or there is no age?
There's no age to retire.
Great, I said of this sport.
Yeah, you can play until.
Okay, well, we're gonna take a short break, and then we're gonna get back shortly to continue talking with my sister here about her academy and other matters. See you soon. Okay, welcome back. We continue chatting here in our program in the Spotlight with Solange with our special guest, Sherian Blackburn from the sport of netball. Well, let's go back to your playing experience. So, can you remember any of your teammates, the former players in Trinidad? I know one that I'm sure that everyone knows in this country, which is Peggy Castaneda.
Really?
But it's the only one that I know, so I want to know about others.
Oh, well, there's Jennifer Frank. We have some abroad, like Muriel Mitchell, Hazel Taylor.
Really?
Yeah, they were here recently. They were put from the 87 team. I remember the 87 team in particular because that year Trinidad and Tobago placed second in the World Tournament.
Serious?
Yeah, we were second then. And Cheryl Herbert, Annette Hutchinson, Hyacinth Hart. There's quite a few.
A few, yeah?
Yeah.
So are these former players being used now for the development of netball here in the country?
Solange, that's a very interesting question because from my recollection, I don't think anybody has been approached with regards to the development of netball in that respect. They are out there playing, some of them are still players, and some into basketball, some went on basketball scholarships actually, but in regards to development, no, they are not.
But if it is because they are not showing enough interest to give back something to the community, or because the entities that are supposed to approach them hasn't.
Right, that could be twofold because what is happening now is that while people want to give back, they want to know too what's in it for them because people are looking at income.
Yeah.
And definitely that will be an attraction. So I'm not certain because I have not been approached. I can say that.
No, well, the truth is like volunteer is only so much that you can do. Right. Everyone needs an income. But compare with your time to now, how the sport has been developed so far.
The game has been developed. Looking internationally, Australia, New Zealand, and even Jamaica is playing a different brand of netball. It's much faster than our style. But with Trinidad and Tobago from 79 to now, actually the change that I've seen has not been significant in terms of their ability and performance because our standing speaks as well. At present we are 8 and we have moved from first and second So we moved down a bit. So to say Trinidad has developed, I can't say that.
You can't say
no,
that.
I can't say
So there is a national tournament for netball.
in the country, like if
Yes.
there's a national tournament,
Yeah.
you used to have a champion of champions and a national tournament, which in national body hosted
Yeah.
in the past, but that doesn't happen anymore.
So okay, if there is not a national tournament, how the association select their national players?
That's really a good question. I think they invite persons to attend from the different various leagues, and they have scouts that sometimes go throughout the country and select persons to
So
attend.
the league, right? The league is throughout the country or just in a specific areas?
Okay, throughout the country. So you have San Fernando, Point Fortin, Central.
Oh, okay, okay.
Miami.
And there is junior players and senior players, right?
Yeah.
So the league is for both of them or just for one category?
Both. You mean
Right.
age group?
Yeah, age
Yeah,
group.
both. You have the younger ones. Well, the league plays different competitions. So you have competitions in the A division as well as intermediate and B.
And
So
what is the main objective of the league? If it is to select talent, to promote the sport, what is the objective?
Solange giving us ideas because I don't. The main objective is really to encourage
have something.
participation. Yes. So
Yeah.
that's an idea that I'll take on board where we could have.
Yeah, because I think like, if we have a league throughout the country, there should be a continuity of it. You know, if you identify someone with talent,
Right.
you know, you should play this person in a club, in your academy,
Very
or
well.
something to make sure that this person reaches the international arena.
That's true, Solange, and the academy does that.
Talking about the international arena, we have there is an international netball tournament here in this country, no?
No, only if they're hosting.
We-
Only if we are hosting the competition.
Only? Okay.
Yeah.
So how in the year, right?
Yeah.
How many international tournaments, in how many international tournaments do you all participate?
It varies. Sometimes it depends on how many meets it have abroad. So they have like in 1 year, or they can do about 2 to
Three?
3. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It could be less based on funding.
And now within the area, Caribbean area, which place Trinidad occupied? Like we are among the first 3, first 4.
I know Jamaica is
Yeah.
our greatest challenge right now and continues to be. Hopefully we'll put an end to that sometime soon. But it's only Jamaica because in the last games, the Commonwealth Games, well, even after that, the AFNA Games, we were successful in defeating Barbados. So Barbados has been our next second contender in the field, but we've been able to defeat
So you have
them.
Jamaica and Barbados.
Yeah.
So what do you think needs to be done to bring netball back as the way it used to be when you used to play?
The challenge with netball to regain its success would be to start at a development stage again. Start over the process and put better systems in place. Like you identify talent identification is definitely one where we can glean talent.
Yeah.
And also have a clear pathway for development.
Yeah.
So that persons know what happens when they transition to the next level.
Something that I also wanted to find out is about the rules of the game. Do you think that how our national community have enough knowledge about how the game is played, how many points, how do you score the point, you know, things like that?
We can make netball fun, and we can do that by marketing the sport, by getting more persons involved, by getting the rules out there. We can also tailor it.
Yeah.
We could reduce or eliminate some of the rules that there,
Yeah.
so that we can have it as a fun event where even boys, because at primary school level in South, boys participate.
Serious?
Yeah,
But I
young
thought it was
boys.
only for females.
No, there are also internationally men playing. as well.
Serious?
Yes, it's not as, as the women do,
Yeah.
but men do.
Okay, well, I know that the size of the court, because I have seen the court in Port Spain
Yeah.
and so on, but there is enough netball courts in the country.
Oh, that's a good thing. No, they aren't. And when they are there, usually there's another court
Mhm.
either on it as well, so it has to be shared. And there are places where there aren't any good courts. The surface is bad, lighting is poor, so there isn't enough facility to embrace
Yeah.
participation as well.
So when you all host the National League,
Yeah.
which court do you all use?
Jean Pierre Complex
Jean
as the
Pierre?
home, yes, we use there, and
So which means that everybody have to
yes.
find a way to get in there, or
Yes.
you all provide transportation?
No, they find their way to that point.
Okay, well, if there are any advice that you want to say, to send to the young girls?
I would like to encourage young persons to play the sport more, to be encouraged that hopefully the academy will be able to spawn like academies throughout Trinidad and Tobago, and to provide a clear pathway for development, in addition to help make the link with tertiary institutions, so that persons can get scholarships and see Trinidad and Tobago back on the map.
Do you want to repeat the name of your academy and location, just to make sure that everyone...
Certainly.
Yeah.
Southern Netball Academy of Trinidad and Tobago Limited, Pleasantville Indoor, Point Forting on a Friday, Labre Tuesday and Thursday, and Pleasantville is Wednesday, Saturday, and Sunday, and Central on a Saturday morning.
You got the info, don't miss it. Okay, well, now coming to the end, we have something fun here in the show. Is that you have to say something in Spanish other than thank you, gracias, or sí, that is yes. So besides that, say something else.
Solange, was I remember Spanish?
And you have to say the meaning in English.
Como está usted?
Oh, that's great, that's great. So what that means?
How are you doing?
Yes, great. Great, you did great. So, well, it was a pleasure to have you in the program. I'm looking forward to see you again, hopefully to get better news. So, thank you, my sister.
You're welcome. Pleasure.
And you stay tuned for another edition of this, our show, in the Spotlight with Solange. Until I see you again next Saturday, be good, be happy, be blessed. Ciao.